Hello and welcome to episode 84 of the How to Survive podcast. This week we're covering not one ghost, not two ghosts, not three ghosts, not four ghosts, not five ghosts, not six ghosts, not seven ghosts, not eight ghosts, not nine ghosts, not 10 ghosts, not 11 ghosts, not 12 ghosts, but 13 ghosts.
Or as it's stylized on the DVD cover, Thir13en Ghosts.
And it came out in the year not one, not two, not three, not four.
There are ghosts around us all the time. Most of them, they can't hurt us. Most of them don't even want to hurt us. But there are exceptions.
Is it bad tonight?
Oh, bad? It is my professional opinion. We should get the hell out of here. Now.
I represent the estate of your Uncle Cyrus.
We have an Uncle Cyrus?
Cyrus recorded this message 6 weeks ago. He asked it to be played for you in the event of his death.
Arthur, I've instructed my lawyer to deliver my last will and testament.
A key?
Key to what?
A key to your new house. This house is the fruit of my life's work.
Oh my God.
It is a one-of-a-kind home.
It's marvelous, isn't it?
Wow!
Arthur, we've got some papers to sign in the library. After that, I would love to take you and the family around on a tour of the house.
This place is awesome!
All right, now I know I'm dreaming.
Well, your uncle was quite a collector of many things.
Not 1999, not the year 2000, but the year 2001. That's right, it's Steve Beck's 13 Ghosts. Oh shit, I didn't fucking write the recap. I haven't written a plot recap for the first time ever. Oh, episode 84 of the How to Survive podcast. Welcome. This week we are covering it. 13en Ghosts.
13. It's because it's spelled one like T-I.
The T and E
Yeah.
of
13.
teen
Yeah.
is
1-3.
1-3.
Yeah.
So it's 13en.
It's
Yeah.
a weird thing.
Yeah. Joining me as ever is Joe.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, ready to discuss this thing.
We've had some feedback about us always saying "as ever."
Yeah,
Yeah.
as ever.
As ever, we had some feedback. So maybe we shouldn't say it anymore. Or maybe we should say it more.
I think it's our USP, personally.
Yeah. People tune in for it.
Yeah, religiously.
Yeah. Oh, I hope he says it soon.
So, 13 Ghosts, if you haven't seen Steve Beck's 2001 movie 13 Ghosts, then now's your chance to duck out and watch it, this massive pile of shit, before you before we recap it.
A lot of people like it when we talk about bad films and complain a lot.
Yeah.
You're in for a treat this week.
Yeah, this is quite... Well.
So I think you've put together a plot recap for us, Chris, haven't you?
Yeah. This is definitely not just taken straight from Wikipedia, reading it right this second.
I feel like this is one of the films where you're reading it from Wikipedia, so you're going to...
Shall I just try and do it from memory?
No, do it from Wikipedia,
Okay.
but I think you're going to say something, and I'm going to go, really? Like,
Yeah. Okay, well, we open, of course, Joe, you'll remember, on ghost hunter Cyrus Kritikos and his psychic assistant Dennis Rafkin as they lead a team on a mission to capture a spirit called the Juggernaut. Several men are killed, apparently including Cyrus. Spoilers.
Yeah.
However, the team is able to catch the ghost. Cyrus's nephew, Arthur, we see in a sort of credit sequence, his wife dies in a house fire. And he's sort of grumpy and stressed out and is looking after his teenage daughter, his young son, and has a nanny helping him out. Arthur is informed by Cyrus's estate lawyer, Ben Moss, that he has inherited Cyrus's mansion. Financially insecure, Arthur decides to move there immediately with his two children, Kathy and Bobby, and their nanny Maggie. Yeah,
the nanny who, like, They can't afford to
They're
move.
sassy black men.
Yeah, they can't
Yeah.
afford to move to a bigger apartment, but they can afford to pay a full-time live-in nanny.
Correct, even though they've got a teenage daughter who's apparently not up to much. Posing as a power company inspector, Dennis meets the family and Moss as they tour the mansion. The residence is made entirely of glass sheets inscribed with Latin phrases, which Dennis recognises as barrier spells. While searching the basement, Dennis is hit by psychic flashes and discovers the 12 angry ghosts he and Cyrus captured are imprisoned in the house, held captive by the spells. As Dennis warns Arthur, Moss slips downstairs and picks up a suitcase of cash, unwittingly triggering a mechanism that seals the house and releases the ghosts one by one. He dies when a set of sliding doors snap shut, cutting him in half.
Vertically.
Yes, yeah. Bobby slips away from Kathy and Maggie and enters the basement, where he sees several of the ghosts, particularly that of the withered lover, his mother Jean, who had died of injuries sustained in the house fire. He is knocked unconscious and dragged away. Using a pair of spectral glasses that allow the wearer to see the supernatural realm, Dennis convinces Maggie that the ghosts are real. Dennis discovers that the jackal, one of the most dangerous of the 12 ghosts, has been released, and now the family are in grave danger. The jackal attacks Kathy when she and Arthur enter the basement in search of Bobby, but they are saved by Kalina Orezia,
Played by Miss Honey from Matilda.
right, a spirit liberator who is attempting to free the ghosts. Kathy disappears soon afterwards, and the four adults gather in the library, where Arthur learns that Jean's ghost is trapped in the house. Kalina explains that the house is a machine powered by the captive ghosts that can allow its user to see the past, present and future. The only way to shut it down, she says, is through the creation of a 13th ghost from a sacrifice of pure love. Arthur realises that he must become that ghost by dying to save his children. Armed with a pane of the special glass, Arthur and Dennis enter the basement to find the children. Dennis barricades Arthur into a corner behind the glass, protecting Arthur but allowing two ghosts, the Hammer and the Juggernaut, to beat Dennis to death. It is then revealed that Cyrus faked his death to lure Arthur into the house. Kalina is his secret partner. Cyrus has orchestrated the abduction of Kathy and Bobby so that Arthur will become the 13th ghost, which will not stop the machine, as Kalina has claimed, but trigger its activation. Cyrus kills Kalina and summons the ghosts to activate the machine. Arthur arrives in the main hall and witnesses all 12 ghosts orbiting a clockwork device of rotating metal rings, with his children at the centre. Discovering Cyrus's true fate, Arthur fights Cyrus while Maggie disrupts the machine's controls. The ghosts hurl Cyrus into the rings, slicing him to pieces. With the encouragement of Dennis's ghost, Arthur jumps into the machine, avoiding the rings and saving his children. The walls of the house shatter as the malfunctioning machine rips itself apart, freeing the ghosts. Dennis smiles at Arthur and departs, and Jean's ghost appears before the family and tells them that she loves them before she and all the other ghosts disappear. As the family leaves the house, Maggie exclaims that she is quitting.
This is it for me. I'm on the first fucking plane back to North. I'm sorry, family, Kathy, Bobby, Uncle, Ghost. I am sick of this nanny shit. I've had it. This was not in the job description. I quit!
And that's 13en Ghosts. Now, just before we get into the usual discussion parts of the film, Joe, I just thought I'd bring up a few interesting facts about 13 Ghosts.
Thir13en.
Yeah, so it's a remake of a 1960 film, 13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
The tagline for which was 13 times the thrills, 13 times the screams, 13 times the fun.
Mm-hmm.
The ghosts in that version included a decapitated man, a fully grown lion and its headless tamer,
Nice.
a wailing lady, and a flaming skeleton. Already this film sounds like it'd be a lot more fun.
That is 13 times the fun.
Yeah. Interestingly, the film used a technique called illusiono,
Okay.
right, which uses those red and blue coloured 3D glasses, right? But they're used to either highlight the ghosts or hide them from view. So if you looked through, say, the blue lens, you wouldn't see any ghosts throughout the duration of the
Nice.
film. Whereas if you looked through the red lens, the ghosts would be even clearer than they were in the normal version.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So the ghosts are always there,
Yeah.
but you can only see them when you adjust the.
Well, they're always in the film. Yeah, like so if you watched it without any glasses, you'd see them, but they'd be fainter.
Right.
And then if you had the glasses, you could either watch it with no ghosts appearing,
Right.
or with them even more starkly
Yeah.
visible.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting little technique, isn't it?
Yeah. Do the characters in the film have goggles as well? Is it the same?
They do, yeah. They do have spectral glasses.
Now, brace yourself as we take you across the threshold of our haunted mansion, where there's a ghost for everyone in the family. Father, mother, sister, brother. You'll be scared stiff too when you see what they see. 13 ghosts, materializing in ectoplasmic color through the magic of Illusiono, the Ghost Viewer. The ghost of a lion in the basement. The ghost of a murderous cook in the kitchen.
Stop it! Stop it, I say!
The ghost who speaks through the lips of the living.
Death tonight. To one of you.
The evil ghost in the bedroom, fighting to take possession of this beautiful girl. You'll feel all the thrills and chills of seeing one ghost multiplied by the magic number 13.
Back to Thir13en Ghosts. Did you know that the film was remade a mere year later?
2002?
Yes, 2002.
Really?
Into 13 Erotic Ghosts.
Really?
The synopsis of which reads, paranormal investigators arrive at a burned down girls' school to check if the rumours of ghost appearances are true. With their special goggles, they see that the ghosts are constantly engaging in lesbian sex, which gets everyone horny.
That's mental.
And Thir13en Ghosts was, of course, directed by Steve Beck.
Yeah.
A director who had worked mainly in commercials and
music videos
and visual effects.
Yeah.
And then went on to direct Ghost Ship.
Yep. Yeah, I know Ghost Ship.
That's it.
Is he dead? Is that it?
In a career sense. So yeah, not a lot of luck for Steve Beck there. He had a great 2-year feature film career.
What is he doing now? Just music videos?
He hasn't had an IMDb entry since.
He's the guy they go to for the strobe lighting effect in Evanescence videos.
Yeah, so what did you think of Thir13en Ghosts?
It's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. For many reasons.
Yeah.
Which I'll list.
Okay.
Briefly.
Please do.
Then we'll get into more detail on some of them, but generally speaking, there's devoid of tension. There's just nothing in the film that makes you feel anything.
No.
Except disgust sometimes, but not in the way they'd want
just
you to.
repulsion more than like...
Yeah. Like, what is this? More than, like... Yeah, it's shit.
Is it, for example, the bits where, like, you see the ghost of a woman who has died through, like, vicious self-harm?
Yeah.
And the lawyer character looks at her and goes, nice tits.
Yeah. Or like the close-ups of her, like, face.
Yeah.
And, like, she's just... I don't know, it's just bizarre.
Yeah.
And not, like, it's not creepy, it's just weird.
No.
It's, like, it's surreal.
It is bizarre, yeah. It's a strange film.
There's point one.
Okay.
Point two, the casting is insane.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Monk.
Yeah. So, Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
Bless him, he's not a leading man, is he,
No.
in a horror movie, right? I mean, in a literal sense, he is, but it's one of the strangest casting decisions that I can ever imagine, because this, and I'm sure we're going to talk about the visual style.
Yes, we'll get to that.
This is clearly a film that's made with like a teenage audience in mind.
Yeah.
Like, my first horror film, as we always like to say.
Yes.
Right. And if your horror movie that's aimed at a teenage audience is starring the man who 1 year later would go on to star in 7 seasons of the detective drama Monk, as you said, you're not really going to appeal to the audience that you think you are.
No.
Right? in 2001, Tony Shalhoub had been in The Man Who Wasn't There, like in a small role, which is a Coen Brothers like film noir, Galaxy Quest in a small role, and Men in Black in a small role. And he'd had single episode appearances in TV shows like The X-Files, Frasier, and Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
Right? He's a recognisable face to some extent and a fine actor in his own right. But he is the worst casting choice for this film.
Yeah.
And any like teenage audience horror movie.
But they don't give him much to do.
No. But like that makes it even more baffling, doesn't it?
But I do take your point. He's an unusual choice, but there's no one in the film I'm like, that's excellently cast.
Yeah.
All the ghosts, weird, forget them. But the nanny is like, well, it doesn't matter who she's played by, because the character is just black woman from film. Yeah,
well, like at what point did having like sassy black women as comedic relief, like when did that go out of fashion in films?
Yeah.
Because the absolute worst example, I don't know if you've ever seen it, is Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
Because in that film, Wanda Sykes plays like the absolute like nadir of the sassy black woman comedy relief archetype, and it is unbearable. Like not because Wanda Sykes is a funny actress and she's in Curb Your Enthusiasm and things. She's really good, but it's just unbearable.
Get on the Ark! Everyone on the Ark now!
I think we should get on the Ark.
I agree. I think we should get on the Ark also.
I'm cold, I'm wet, I'm going home.
So Ra Digger is in this, and she plays
Maggie,
yeah,
the nanny.
Ra Digger, by the way, didn't go on too much, did she?
She's not a household name, is she?
No.
Not like Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
or Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth, who I've been calling Elizabeth Shannon.
Right.
In my notes. She was in American Pie.
She was.
That's it.
Yeah.
But she's an unusual choice as well, because she's like 30.
Yeah.
And she's meant to be playing a teenager.
Yeah.
And then the kid is like 3.
Yeah.
And he's meant to be like 8.
It's truly...
It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's truly...
And they've got Mr. I'm Not Quite Matthew McConaughey playing the psychic, who, for like a man who's meant to be showing inner pain, is just like...
Shaggy from
Scooby-Doo. Yeah. He's just like, when he has these like psychic attacks, they should have just like cut away.
Yeah.
Or just showed a close...
Because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it really is.
That is actually like a good way of describing this film, is that it's embarrassing. Like,
Toker.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, it's a product of its era in a very big way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the visual style is like I'm a video editor. That's my profession.
Senior, aren't you?
Well,
I've got your card.
Yeah.
Senior video editor.
Yeah, fine. That's what it says on my business card.
Yeah.
And
you have business cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have them.
Well, there you go. You should get them. Maybe that's why we've got no clients.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do mail in if you need any help. If you need any video editing, I know a guy who can. Yeah. Preferential rates.
Yeah. It is the most... It was unbearable watching this as a video editor. Because it's like... I mean, it was released in 2001. It was height of sort of nu metal, Limp Bizkit music video sort of visual style, becoming the thing that everyone loved. And like, you have to watch it to see it. Like, because basically they try and get across the fact that because they wear these special glasses, they can see the ghosts when they're wearing the glasses, but not when they don't have the glasses on.
Right.
And so to demonstrate this, they have like constant flashes back and forth between the ghosts being there and not being there, with like punctuated by like these white flashes. It's really, really annoying to watch.
But they seem to edit it. Like in music videos, you might cut on the beat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In this, they cut on like the strobe light flash. So it's just like...
Yeah. It's just constant though, isn't it? It's like it's constant, just like restless editing. They can't hold a shot for longer than a split second.
We're horror movie fans.
Yeah.
We need to be by this point. Like traditionally in horror movies, you'll have like things creeping around in the background and things happening behind out of their field of vision, like an object will move,
Yeah.
or a hand will like come into the frame and like tap them on the shoulder, and you go, oh.
Yeah.
There's nothing that is anything like what we've come to expect from a horror film.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
No, it's like watching Triple X or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a bad early 2000s action movie is what it feels like. When you watch it.
The ghosts themselves, they're done in just like close up all the time.
Yeah.
Like lock in right on their face, maybe torso if they got boobs or like something that needs the prosthetic.
Yeah.
And then they do like tortured soul gestures, so like claws or like
grabbing their head or whatever.
Like, trying to break their neck, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just that.
Yeah.
Cut in.
It's
really
bizarre,
quick.
Isn't it? Yeah. Really bizarre. And like it makes the film. I mean, at the time, I bet they were editing it, going like, "Yeah, this is gonna be
modern."
Yeah, exactly. Now it looks so dated. It's unbelievable, and it makes it difficult to watch. It's hard to watch.
Yeah. The worst scene for me in the movie was what I would call the bathroom scene. It's hard to say one specific scene because. Not because like I'm not saying that I can't pin one scene down.
Yeah.
Because they're all bad. They are. I can't pin one down because there's about 15 scenes happening at the same time, and they just cut like 1 second. Now you're here. Now you're here. Now you're here. Right?
Yeah.
You're upstairs. You're downstairs. You're in this room. You're in that room. Right? But
I know the scene that you mean though. The daughter goes into a bathroom and is like checking her reflection in the mirror.
Yeah. She spends about 20 minutes of the film in this bathroom, talking to herself the whole time. Like, oh my god, this place is amazing. Like, who are you talking to? Come on. That takes you out of a film, doesn't it? When every character talks to themselves. Yeah. But it's fine when it's John McClane, like, come on, John, get in, get your head in the game. That's fine. Yeah. But when it's like, oh my god, I'm walking around a bathroom. Oh, a toilet.
Yeah.
Right? She's marvelling at everything, from the fucking toilet to the perfume to the sink.
Yeah.
Then the boob ghost kills the lawyer.
Yes.
Or like is there when he dies.
Yeah.
Seconds later, she's up in the bathroom with Shannon Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Somehow in the bath, running in a bath full of blood.
Yeah.
So Shannon Elizabeth washes her face in the bath rather than doing it at the tap, the sink.
So that, and she's not wearing those glasses at this point. So it's like she's unaware that she's in a death room basically.
The boob ghost goes to kill her. Like swings for her with a knife, but then her dad walks in and goes like, "What are you doing in here?" And she's like, "Oh, Dad!" And like moves her head slightly, and the ghost just like that.
It's fine with that. Yeah.
And she goes, "Daddy, this bathroom is unbelievable. It's a fucking bathroom. The house is insane.
Yeah.
You're living in a Swiss watch.
Do you know what I was thinking?
And you're amazed by a fucking sink.
Do you know what I was thinking watching this? That must be a nightmare to heat.
Yeah.
Like imagine that in the winter. Just cold, conductive glass. Freezing.
Yeah.
You'll catch your death in there, Joe.
You will. Certainly will.
I mean, where does this rank on the bad films that we've watched for you? Like, because I don't think it's as bad as, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, for example, because it doesn't have, like, a dark soul in a sort of moral perspective.
Well, it doesn't. It's depiction of women is
awful,
like Neanderthal.
Yeah.
But that's no worse than any other film, any other horror film. Whereas the Nightmare on Elm Street remake has its problems in sort of its depiction of sexual violence.
Yeah.
That's why it's bad.
I mean, this is like tonally all over the place in the sense that it's supposed to be like they're like we need a term to describe the types of it's almost like rock and roll ghosts or something, like heavy metal album cover ghosts, or whatever, like cool ghosts. And it's like you have these ghosts which have obviously been designed, and we'll come to all 13 of the ghosts in a bit. They've obviously been designed to be sort of like cool and
creepy.
Yeah. Creepy designs. But then, like,
not even slightly memorable, though.
No, but also they're particularly the one who is obviously killed herself through self-harm. Like, there's a bit of a
right. So I just realised she did that in the bath.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just thought she was like haunting the bath.
Yeah. So like, that's unpleasant because you're raising the spectre of excuse the pun, raising the spectre of self-harm.
Yeah.
Within your.
Suicide.
Cool ghosts vibe.
Plus, she's like got cartoonishly big boobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she must be like a porn star or something.
Yeah.
I'd imagine, or like a topless model, because she doesn't do any acting in the film, really, does she? Yeah. So yeah, does it? Where does it rank among the?
It's definitely at the bottom somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it again.
No.
Is it worse than the Blair Witch remake? I'd have to say it probably is.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Which puts it pretty low down.
Second worst film, because it doesn't. Although I find it somewhat morally reprehensible, it's not as morally reprehensible as the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, making Freddy Krueger an
paedophile.
Actual paedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Joe, the film's called Thir13en Ghosts.
Yes.
Which roughly translates in English to 13 ghosts.
Yes.
There are 13 ghosts.
There are. That's
in
correct.
the film,
Yeah.
or at least 12, and then the plan is to get a 13th ghost.
Yeah.
Which doesn't quite come to fruition. And each ghost, we like to, what do we know? We like to discuss that before we do How to Survive. Each ghost has their own particular backstory, Joe.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm bound by the How to Survive rule that if it's not in the actual film, I'm not going to do any wider reading in terms of the extra content, because it's available on the DVD as a special feature.
Right.
But I jest, because what I've done is put together a quiz, Joe,
Oh no.
to test your knowledge of the 13 ghosts.
I haven't seen the DVD extras.
No, I know, yeah, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good because, as you say, every single one of the ghosts is utterly forgettable.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I watched this last night, so this will be interesting to see if I remember anything.
The thing as well is that, like, they do all this backstory and stuff, but if it's not in the film, and there's no, like, I mean, obviously it must inform the design of all the ghosts, which is cool, but there's no way for that information to get to the audience. So it's
Exactly. Well, I wonder whether you say this is DVD bonus. 2001, early days of DVDs. Maybe they were like, we need DVD content.
Well, yeah, but then why would they design the ghosts to be so?
So you buy the DVD. So you want more. You want to know more.
Oh well,
that would be on the cover. It would be like, now with featurette explaining the backstories of the code. Whatever they are, ghouls.
Yeah. And I assume that each of, there's the Black Zodiac, which is trying to be filled. I assume each of the ghosts is like either it's like an archetype or
a sign of the zodiac.
Well, yeah, but or like because each of the ghosts have their own names, right? Like. So I assume it's either like an archetypal sort of thing, or the Black Zodiac's been constructed in like the 3 months since like Arthur's wife died.
Yeah.
Because she's the fourth one. So like they must have like drawn that up.
Yeah.
Unless it is, yeah. Well, anyway. So basically, we're going to do a quiz. Here is the 13 Ghosts quiz.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so it's multiple choice to give you... two of the questions are not multiple choice.
Okay.
And you're not allowed to take notes. That's very important.
Okay. My hands are firmly on my lap.
Sure. Okay, so a simple question to start us off.
Okay.
Name as many of the ghosts as you can. And I want their Black Zodiac titles, basically.
Not their just, like, vague descriptions.
No.
I could probably get a few doing that.
Okay.
The Withered Lover was...
That's one.
The dead wife. The Jackal.
Yeah.
The Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the bad ones, aren't they? And there's the Hammer.
Yeah.
He's the black guy with the nails in him.
Yeah.
How did he die? I could. There's a little kid with the arrow in his head.
Right. You got 4.
I must have one more. No, I don't.
No.
I'm done.
Okay, you got 4.
Yeah.
All right. Question 2.
That's it. You're not gonna tell me.
All right. So, no, you got 4.
They might come up again.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Question 2.
Yeah.
What is the firstborn son's catchphrase? Which is the boy with the arrow through his head. Okay. So, is it A, I want to play? Is it B, where's my mummy? Or is it C, ow, please take this arrow out of my head. It is hurting me quite a lot.
It's A.
Correct.
I want to play.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. That's problematic. The characters refer to him as if he's a Native American.
Right.
But he's dressed in like cowboy clothes. and has an arrow through his head.
Yeah. Question 3. The torso is the ghost of Jimmy the Gambler, killed by the mafia. How did he get his nickname? A. His last name is Gambino.
What was his name?
Jimmy the Gambler.
Right.
How did he get his nickname? Is it A. His last name is Gambino?
Yeah.
B. He was a bookie? Or C. He enjoyed ambling around his local parish green, but somebody misheard it and it stuck?
Well, it's got to be B.
B. He was a bookie?
Yeah.
You could have had A as well because it's both of them. He was
a bookie called Gambino. Gambino the Gambler.
Which made me laugh because it's like nominative determinism.
Yeah.
Good. So that's it. Yeah, you got 2 of the main questions right.
Great.
4. The bound woman was a girl killed on her prom night. Was she A. Killed by an American football player and buried under the 50-yard line on the football field? B. Killed by a table tennis player and folded up into the table? Or C. Killed by a ventriloquist and turned into a dummy?
A. Buried at the 50-yard line.
Correct. She was buried at the 50-yard line by a football player at her high school.
Why would you do it in a public place?
In the middle of the football pitch. Yeah. Yeah.
The most trafficked part.
Yeah. Question 5. A ghost called the Juggernaut is seen being captured in the opening sequence. How many people did he kill alive and as a ghost? Was it A. 15 when he was alive and 15 as a ghost? B. 9 as a man and 31 as a ghost? Or was it C. 0 as a man and 7 as a ghost in the opening sequence? He had actually done no wrong.
C.
No, it's B. He killed 9 when he was alive and 31 when he was a ghost.
He's bad-tempered, I see.
Yeah, so question 6. The angry princess is angry. Why is she so angry? Is it A. She tried self-surgery and fucked it up, leaving her blind in one eye? Is it B. She had a string of abusive boyfriends? Or is it C. She had extreme beauty but was unable to recognise it?
Possibly all 3, but let's go with C.
It is all 3.
Yeah. What was the first one?
She tried self-surgery and messed it up. To give you a bit of extra backstory, she was very pretty but unable to see it, had abusive boyfriends, and then was so concerned with the way she looked, that she got a job assisting a plastic surgeon, and agreed to only be paid in plastic surgeries.
That explains the.
But then she then tried to do self-surgery and messed it up.
That's
question 7.
Question 7. Problematic.
Yeah. Question 7. Why is the Torn Prince a prince? A. He was a prince. B. His favourite musician was Prince. Or C. There is no reason.
There is no reason.
Correct.
He's like the James Dean guy with a baseball bat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Question 8.
Okay.
Name as many of the ghosts as you can.
The Torn Prince.
Right.
The Angry Princess.
Yes.
The big baby and the dead mum.
That's not what they're called.
The torso.
Yeah.
We've got to go through the 4 at the beginning again.
Yeah, if you can remember them.
The withered lover.
Yeah.
The juggernaut, the hammer, the jackal.
Okay.
How many have I got now?
You got 6.
Fucking hell. Not even a half.
Yeah. Might be 7 actually. Sorry, 7. I'm gonna have to call it.
That's over half. Last, give me 5 more seconds. 4.
Nah, you're out of time. Right. Out of time. I'll give you the full list of names. It's the firstborn son.
Oh yeah.
The torso. Yeah. The bound woman.
How did the firstborn son die?
The firstborn son died playing cowboys and Indians with a friend who shot him through the back of the head with an arrow.
That's some bow and arrow.
Yeah. Some child as well. The bound woman. The withered lover.
Which is the bound woman? The hanged woman?
The bound woman is the one who was killed by an American football player.
Was she in the stocks?
No.
There's one in stocks.
There is one in stocks. The withered lover, which is the fourth ghost, right? And she was hooked up to an IV, and IV in Roman numerals.
4.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? The detail in this film. The torn prince, the angry princess, the pilgrimess,
right?
Which was the woman in the stocks.
Yeah.
The great child and the dire mother,
right?
Which is the fat baby man and the woman.
Yeah.
The hammer, the jackal, the juggernaut, and the broken heart, which would have been the 13th ghost.
If we had the ending we wanted.
Yeah, so I can't remember how you did score-wise, but add it up at home. Let us know.
Tweet in at HowToSurvivePod.
And
well, that goes to show you, quite forgettable.
Yeah. Even when we had just been discussing them, you'd forgotten some of them from about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. So, take another example of something, an ensemble cast of characters with useless names. Reservoir Dogs, but you can name all the characters.
Well, they're just... I mean, that's sort of cheating.
No.
Well, it's that time of the show, Joe. As ever, we move on to How to Survive. Have you got any ideas if you were trapped in Cyrus's machine mansion of ghost entrapment?
Yeah.
Okay. Enlighten me, please.
Well, first of all, if you're... What was the... Remind me of Miss Honey's name.
Kalina.
Yeah, Pierluigi Kalina, the Italian referee.
Yeah.
So Kalina basically gets out the old spell book, doesn't she? She gets the old dusty book.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, this is the dark horoscopes or whatever it is.
Yeah, Black Zodiac, yeah.
She goes, this is the one, this is 2. She goes through it all laboriously, I'd say, in the most boring scene of a very boring film. And everyone, they look bored. I'm bored. I was like, just get on with it at this point. She explains it in immense detail so that the only conclusion is that he has to kill himself. Right. He has to be the 13th ghost.
Yeah.
That's what they put it all together. She's explained the whole plan. So this is what Cyrus wanted. Now, minutes later, it's revealed that she's in cahoots with Cyrus.
Yeah.
And then Monk comes along. Schaub.
Yeah, Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, Tony Shalhoub comes along and he says, oh, you want me to kill myself? And they're like, yeah, we want you to kill yourself. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to. I mean, maybe I will, maybe I won't. But if she hadn't explained it like hours before, if she hadn't explained it minutes before, like he had to do that, he might have just been like, oh, I have to save my kids. I'm just going to risk it, jump in.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
By explaining it, you give him the ammunition to know that he's been played.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
But I think the thing that that gives the game away to him is Cyrus appearing, isn't it?
Yeah.
In like. So Cyrus is in the first scene and he gets apparently killed with his throat cut.
Yeah.
And then later on in the film he shows up in the ghost house.
Yeah.
Still in the same clothes with the wound, which we assume is prosthetic.
Yeah.
But this is like some time later. And I assume he's like masquerading as a ghost.
Yeah.
But then when Arthur sees Cyrus, like they confront one another, like so Arthur just takes his glasses off and then Cyrus is still there. So he's like, all right, well, you're real. Yeah. And then they have a fight. And that's like the least thought out plan. Like,
yeah,
because he could just take his glasses off and then he like gives the game away.
So you're saying Cyrus should have just not been in there?
Yeah, like why is he? It's bizarre. It's truly bizarre. Just wait until they've like.
Yeah. Who kidnapped the kids?
I presume it was either Kalina or Cyrus. Wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Just to clarify. But like if Kalina and Cyrus just hid and left the kids in the middle of that like spinning platform.
Yeah, he might jump in and.
But he got no choice. He has to.
Yeah.
You're forcing his hand. So that's just like why even bother explaining
also,
it?
like, what good is it him jumping into the middle of it?
Because he'd die. He'd sacrifice himself to try and save them.
Yeah, I know from their perspective it's fine, but what is he hoping to achieve by jumping into the middle of it?
Save them.
How is that saving them? He's just stuck there with them.
No, because then they can jump out. He can time them to jump out.
Right, so he's going to... Why can't he just do that? Why can't he just go wait until it's flat and then jump out?
I don't know. It's a film. It's not a very good film.
No. So what's the boiled down conclusion of your advice?
After all that, I'd say just don't explain to your victim what you're doing to him, so that he can then decide not to do it.
Yeah.
Just force his hand. Give him no option.
Right. So like, yeah.
If he's like, oh, I've been manipulated, and if I do this, it's going to cause untold levels of like evil to be unleashed. He's not going to do it. He's going to think twice. If it was just like, I need to do this to save my kids.
Right. Oh, I see. Yeah, because you're giving him like a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Whereas if he didn't know the wider context of it, he wouldn't have that dilemma, because he wouldn't be like, well, maybe it's worth sacrificing my children, even though it may be deeply unhappy.
Yeah.
But then they want him to jump into the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So without that context, he's got nothing to stop him from doing that other than fear.
Yeah. So basically, you're building in doubt by telling him the plan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I get you. Okay, interesting. Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing to guarantee that he wouldn't just like be able to time it, but I don't think that he'd be able to jump back. I think he has to like have a running jump.
Yeah.
He's very different from a
and
standing
that kid's
start.
not going to jump out, is he?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. And they can't stand up without having their like head cut clean off.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, well, at least he'd be with them. I think he says, I'll be willing to die rather than live without you.
Yeah.
So both of them. Weird. Weird film.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on how you'd survive?
Yeah, so the defining feature of the house really is the glass panelling, isn't it? Which is covered in runes or spells that prevent the ghosts from walking through the panes of glass, basically. We don't really know the nature of these spells. One of them is the Lord's Prayer, but other than that, they just babble.
Yeah, generic, like movie.
But they work. They have a function and they serve a purpose.
Yeah.
So could you get like a suit made out of like fabric with the runes on, or the spells, and then the ghost wouldn't be able to touch you? Like if it was like a boiler suit and it's got all the runes all over it, and then you'd be impervious to the ghosts. Surely, and Dennis Rafkin, he knows about the runes and he gets killed by ghosts. He's the only character of the main cast who gets killed by a ghost.
You tattoo them on his body.
Well, exactly. You could tattoo them on your body, and then presumably they wouldn't be able to touch you.
Yeah.
So
that's a fair point.
And like so, Dennis Rafkin, he has the knowledge of the spells and the runes. He knows their purpose, and he has the capability of making clothes. He could go to a tailor and say, "Make me a boiler suit that's got this."
Just write it on in Tipp-Ex in a bin bag and put it over your head.
So there's no reason for him not to do it in a sort of functional sense. So why doesn't he do it? Because he wouldn't have died.
Yeah, it would have saved him, and it would have saved everyone else as well, because he'd be able to protect them.
Like it seems like what would be a smart thing to do for a ghost catcher, a man whose profession is dealing with ghosts.
Is it that you can't cross through it? Maybe they could still pick him up and just throw him around, but they couldn't like go in.
I guess they can still touch the glass, can't they? Yeah. So they could like beat him.
Yeah. Just hit him with a baseball bat.
Yeah. But then maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it is that they can't breach the material, so they could like pick him up wholesale and just like bludgeon him against the wall, which is basically how he dies anyway.
Yeah.
But I still think that maybe, just maybe, that could have worked.
Yeah, like a suit of armor with the runes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a shield, like a riot shield with the. I would say that none of them knew what was going on until they were in there.
But I mean, he should be just wearing that professionally, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Fair enough. It's a fair point.
How about you? Any more thoughts?
Yeah.
So reticent, isn't it? I don't want any of these people to survive.
Exactly. Just jump into the spinning discs and get it all over with.
Credits.
This is also for Cyrus.
Okay.
And Kalina. It's just to streamline your plan. So Cyrus comes to the conclusion that in order to get the 13th ghost, he needs to manipulate his nephew.
Yeah.
Who he says is like, oh, I had to choose you because I know how much you love your kids. That's nonsense. Everyone loves their kids.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not, 99.9% of people who are mentally well love their children.
Is the implication that Cyrus also started the house fire?
Possibly, yeah.
Because the withered lover was, one of the ghosts, and so like, which was Arthur's wife. So maybe he started. That's like a chain of events. Because then maybe Arthur would be more compelled to sacrifice himself, knowing that he would join the spirit world where his wife was waiting for him.
But you could streamline it a lot more.
Yeah.
So rather than say you can have this house if you spend one night in it, sort of thing, kidnap the kids and the father at gunpoint, walk them into the building, threaten to shoot the kids if the father doesn't kill himself. Then that's it, done.
It's less elegant, though, isn't it?
Yeah, like,
why is he?
Gets the job done, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And although it would kill 3 people, or one at least, it would save Cyrus, and he's the real hero of the piece. Because if you think going through all the rigmarole of like getting the lawyer and the wills and stuff like that is worthwhile, just force people to do it. Yeah.
Because if your plan pays off, I mean, like the options are either your plan doesn't pay off and you probably die, or your plan pays off and you have the ability to see past, present, and future, and you're basically a god. So it's a zero. It's like a.
There's no other choice, is it?
Yeah.
There we are then. That's my ideas.
Okay. One final thought, and this is for Dennis Rafkin, who's the annoying, nerdy, part comic relief, like...
Matthew McConaughey wasn't available, that guy.
Yeah, like the bit where he appears as a ghost, like leaning against the glass in a sort of cool way.
Hey.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Hey, I got you.
Anyway, so he has sort of violent seizures and is in some pain whenever he's around ghosts.
Yep.
Now, if you have an allergy-style reaction to something, maybe don't dedicate your life to pursuing and capturing that thing that you're allergic to.
Yeah.
If you're allergic to cats, don't become
a cat breeder.
If you're allergic to peanuts, don't work in a peanut factory. If I had a bee allergy, I wouldn't be a beekeeper.
No.
And it's not like he seems to get any enjoyment out of it. Like, at all. In fact, he seems sort of like morally opposed to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he can't even be very well paid because he's having to like chase down like in person money that he's owed from his previous employer. So like what is he doing? Why is he putting himself through that?
Presumably it's because Cyrus said, I'll just give you like £1 million or whatever.
But he said,
then welched on it by pretending to die.
Yeah, but then why would he? If a client came to you and said, "I need you to capture 12 ghosts," and I'll pay you, $1,200,000, you'd go, "Well, I'll do 100,000 per ghost, and pay me when we capture each of them."
What if they said that's not the brief? I need 12.
That's fine. I'll get you 12. We'll sign a contract that says 12. It's just that I want my expenses covered as we go along this trip.
Right. Okay.
So I want to be paid 100,000 a
each
time.
step of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe keep the money in escrow. So you get an ombudsman to just hold on to it.
Okay, but then then he still wouldn't have had to go into the house himself, and he wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, yeah, and let's not like to extend the bee allergy. He's basically he's stuck his head in a beehive. Like,
it's his whole body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he's either a terrible businessman or a masochist.
Yeah.
Or like unable to function. Like, he's like he tells a bit of a sob story, like, if you hadn't noticed, I'm a bit weird. It's because I have these seizures anytime I'm around a ghost. It's like, stop going after ghosts then, you maniac.
Yeah. Maybe ghosts are everywhere and we just don't realise.
But still, putting yourself closer to all the ghosts that you can find isn't going to help that, is it?
No, he didn't know they were there either. He discovered later on that the ghosts were being held.
Exactly, yeah. Which calls into question the reason why he's on the job anyway, because he's there as a sort of sniffer dog for ghosts.
Yeah.
But you can't even tell that they're there until he's inside the house.
Yeah, and it's too late.
Yeah. So basically, just pursue another career avenue.
I keep thinking back to those, like, I'm a man in pain scenes that he does.
Yeah.
And they're just the worst acting.
I was a man in pain watching this film.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Scream, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah, he was the villain in Scream.
Oh, right. Well, spoilers.
Yeah. At least I think he was.
Anyway, that's about all there is to discuss about Thir13en Ghosts. What are we covering next week, Joe?
Next week is King Kong on Skull Island.
Yeah.
Our first kaiju movie.
Yeah.
Does he count as a kaiju?
I don't know.
Do you know what kaiju is?
Yeah.
It's Japanese for
giant monster.
Fucking big monster.
Yeah, that's the direct translation.
Well, we saw Godzilla a few years ago, didn't we? Shit film.
Yeah, we really, really didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
That was before the podcast. Yeah. That was when we were just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Back when we, enjoyed talking to one another about films.
Yeah. I still do.
I mean, we still prepared notes and still recorded it.
We just deleted it immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's King Kong Skull Island.
It's not King Kong Skull Island, is it? Give it its proper name.
Kong Skull Island?
Yeah.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah,
Kong Skull Island.
Kong : Skull Island.
Kong : King Kong :
Yeah.
Anyway, that's next week.
Yeah.
The week after that, we're doing the new Jordan Peele movie.
Yes. Very excited about
Get Out.
Get Out, yeah.
Which is about a man who has to get out of somewhere.
A box.
So it's been performing very well.
Yeah, very well
far.
received.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm more excited about Get Out than I am about King Kong, but
absolutely,
we've got a schedule to observe.
Yeah, it's not King Kong. King Kong is a different film.
King Kong is in it.
Well, no, Kong is in it.
What? So
this is before he's been made crowned king. The film is Kong Skull Island, not King Kong. King Kong is a different film. I'm just trying to avoid, because you keep calling it King Kong, which is a different film.
But King Kong is in it.
It's like if I kept calling Get Out Resident Evil, people would get the wrong idea.
That's two different things.
Yeah, but King Kong is a not unreasonable film for us to cover. Like, if we went, we're covering King Kong next week, no one would be like, this is completely out of character for How to Survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make it clear that we're covering Kong Skull Island and not Peter Jackson's King Kong.
But King Kong is in.
Well, I don't know if he's King Kong. This might be before his coronation.
But he has tribespeople in the trailer. They're like,
no, John C. Reilly is in the trailer going,
he's
on this
king.
Island, Kong is king around here.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm like in the cinema going, throwing up.
So you admit that he's King Kong?
I don't know.
You said John C. Reilly says he's king around here.
Yeah, but that might not be an official lineage. Like it is in King Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
I think it's not. I think King Kong is the name that they give him when they bring him back to New York.
Yeah, well then he's not King Kong, is he?
Yes.
No.
He's the same person.
No, he's not.
Right.
What? So hang on. So this is a prequel to King Kong, is it?
I don't know. It must be because
King
Kong.
What are you talking about? This took place after the Vietnam War.
King Kong dies at the end of King Kong.
Yeah.
Spoilers for King Kong.
Yeah.
He falls off the building, he gets shot.
What era is that set in?
The 20s.
Yeah. What era is this new film set in?
I don't know.
They're in helicopters, Joe.
Helicopters existed in the 20s?
No, they didn't. It's post-Vietnam. They're listening to like fucking Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Well, then it's an alternative timeline then. In any case, it's the same person.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's a big monkey.
Yeah, the same big monkey.
But it's not, because Kong in Kong Skull Island is like the size of a skyscraper, and King Kong was like the size of a big ape.
Very big ape. A dinosaur size there.
Yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying...
So, hang on. In your timeline, King Kong didn't actually die at the end of King Kong and crawled into the sewer where he transformed into a larger version of himself, and then... Because you know what happens in the Manhattan sewers.
Yeah, exactly.
And then went back to Skull Island. Everyone forgot from history that the giant monkey was a thing.
All right. Your parents are married.
Yeah.
What was your mum's maiden name?
This doesn't matter.
Just tell
I'm
me.
not. Don't dox my mum.
All right. Say Smith.
Right.
Miss Smith married Mr. Morris.
Right.
Right. She becomes Mrs. Morris. Is she no longer Miss Smith?
I think it's a little bit different than just a name change, Joe.
It's not, is it? King Kong is King Kong.
No, but King Kong... Right. Here's how we decide, okay? So there is obviously a species of giant ape. Right, in the mythological world of King Kong.
Yeah.
Right? One of those was taken from its island to New York, where it was dubbed King Kong.
Right.
To like as a marketing exercise.
Sure.
Right? That one then died.
Yeah.
Right? This is all... You agree with all of this so far?
So far, so good. Yeah.
Many years... Like 50 years later...
Yeah.
From what I gleaned from the trailer, some people fly over to an island, Skull Island, and there is another big ape. Right?
Also called Kong.
Yeah. But not called King Kong.
I think in this movie, in King Kong Skull Island, I think the 20s version never happened.
Right.
It's a complete...
Yeah,
rewrite.
it's a reboot. Yeah. Yeah.
But the fact that it's called Kong means that ape is King Kong. Because otherwise, why would it be called Kong? But
what is King Kong then? What is it? It's just a...
That ape is King Kong.
Right. But an alternate universe... But he's not... He's just Kong. The film's called Kong.
The film's called Kong, but the monkey's called King Kong.
Right. Right. Well, there's no way that we can debate this without having seen the film. So... I guess you'll just have to find this out next week.
Tweet in your thoughts, actually, listeners.
Yeah.
How to Survive Pod.
Yeah.
At How to Survive Pod. Tell us whether you think the
Kong is
great
King Kong.
ape in Kong Skull Island is King Kong.
Yeah. You can always email your thoughts as well to howtosurviveshow@gmail.com. And why not leave your King Kong /Kong argument in the form of a review on iTunes. 5 stars is the language of love. And we'll see you next week where this debate will be settled.
Once and for all.
When we cover King Kong.
Kong Skull Island. Bye.